my favorite thoughts from Louise Hay. I adapted them to fit myself. So I'm going to share them with you first, and I'm going to tell you how she changed my life. So the best one ever is I approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. Well, that covers all the problems we ever have when we judge ourselves. So as soon as I remember to approve of myself, I instantly identify something that I was judging myself for, and the judgment. And I know exactly what to do is try to make peace with everything that I did and try to approve of it somehow, or accept it and approve it. And that's the way to loving myself. So that one is like the number one. It's the base one, the main one. I love and approve of myself. I am safe. This one is huge for me, and it helps me even when I say this sentence, and even if I don't feel safe, it helps me identify that I'm not safe in that moment. And it helps me direct me to work towards comforting myself and making myself feel safe. And that is always an ongoing process in my everyday life when there's so much noise around me with 4 boys that makes me feel so unsafe. I have found that I am extremely sensitive to lots of noise and lots of action around me, and that makes me feel unsafe. So that one, I have to work hard to identify, soothe myself, comfort myself, take myself out of the situation if I need to, and make that a priority, because when I don't feel safe, I'm not nice to be around. So that one, I am safe, is a grounding sentence for me. The universe brings me only good. I love, love, love that one because it feels like the whole world is friendly. And I truly believe it because I've practiced it for so many years. And it has given me so much trust in the people around me. Even when not nice things are happening, even when bad things are happening, I know that the intentions behind them are good. I know that no person in the right mind would go and act on bad intentions. Everyone tries to do something good. And so when I see past that, it makes me feel like the universe is good. And it comforts me also when I hear of a sad story of something terrible happening to someone. It kind of comforts me because I understand what was happening behind it, right? If I hear like some injustice being done to children or people, it's either they were not in the right mind, or if there was an accident, I still can appreciate that the intentions were good and it was just an accident, right? If I wish I was better at that with my own kids when they do something like, I can't even come up with an example, but it seems idiotic. What were you thinking? But they had good intentions. They wanted to do this and this and this. I wish I could come up with an example, but so that one, the universe brings me only good. I love that one. I believe it's so hard. I see examples of it in my everyday life and in my life all the time. And when you believe something so hard, when you put on that lens, you start seeing proof of that. So you guys, I really encourage you to try that and try it for a day. And you magically, seriously, will see proof of that. And if you're not seeing proof of that, that's just a sign that you don't believe it and you believe the opposite. You believe that people are angry or people are mean or people are out for themselves. I don't believe that. I think the universe works to help me, to take care of me through other people. Even if other people are angry, somehow that's going to be helpful to me. Okay. So, and it's safe to be me, I wrote down. So it's safe to be me. And that one is in the context of me putting myself out there in this world on YouTube, on podcasts, because it's so scary to be yourself because you don't want to be rejected, right? But I strongly believe that sharing my story helps at least one person out there. And because I know other people's stories helped me so tremendously, And that's why I share myself, but I have to remind myself that it's safe to be me. And it actually, people want my contribution. Okay. So that's another affirmation that I believe my contribution is what people want. Okay. Only good lies before me. So this is kind of another version of the universe brings me only good. I'm just reading off my notes I made. The only good lies before me. That one is pretty cool because kind of even mentally, when you imagine it, that something in front of you physically is lying, that's good. But also in time, like if you think of space and time, like later this afternoon, something good lies before me. It's just another way to train your mind to think that the whole universe and the whole world and the whole life that you have is good and it's for you. And there is no bad. And when you believe that, and you decide to believe that, your brain goes to work to prove you that it's true, and it will find evidence for that. And it feels wonderful. So when something doesn't go your way, you will later find out, oh, it didn't go my way here so that it can go my way here. You know what I'm talking about, right? Just like when that's just an example that came to my head. When my husband and I were deciding to have a third child, my husband was not on board and I let it go. And I let it go to the degree that he came back, I don't know, maybe half a year later, and he said, okay, I'm ready. And we got pregnant and we had twins. So me giving him space and letting go, and that didn't go my way at that point, but later went my way later with twins. So, and both of us did want a big family. We didn't want the work of the big family, but we do enjoy the benefits of it. And to be honest, I am starting to enjoy the work that goes into it, but that's coming with time, obviously. It's okay that happened. So this one is, I think that's my thought, but the feeling of it is from Louise Hay, that kind of like, whatever happened, I still approve of myself. So it's okay that happened. It's okay that I yelled at the kids. It's okay that these boys fought. It's okay that the one boy had a terrible day. So all these thoughts that I have here help me find so much peace when something doesn't go right for people outside of me, because I know that there's a greater good, greater plan at play, and that it will go right eventually. So I'm kind of trusting that everything will be fine for them. And if it's not, like, I think everyone has a lesson to learn there, right? So all these affirmations, this is it for the affirmations that I wrote down, and they changed my life in 3 ways I wrote down here, but I'm sure there's way more that kind of ripple effect. One of the ways is helps me feel safe, like I mentioned earlier, helps me feel safe and express myself in the world. Whereas before, when I was a child, I was the quietest, most shy kid in the world. Nobody heard me. Nobody knew me. At high school, I was hanging out with my best friend, and some of the kids from high school came over and they said, oh, which school do you go to? Because they didn't know that I went to the same high school as them. And I've been in the same high school with them for a couple of years. So I was so quiet and so didn't allow myself to be me, that for me to be sharing this on YouTube and on podcasts, that is a testament to how much I really believe that the universe has only good things for me, and I'm safe, and I want to be seen, and people want to see me. So the other thing is I'm good enough, right? So this kind of plays into the same topic. I'm safe, I'm good enough, just as I am, which is sometimes really hard to believe, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm not strong enough, I'm not patient enough, I'm not kind enough, and I lose my patience, blah, 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 blah. But it's supposed to be this way. I believe for us to have a challenge, to not be so boring, to work at something, and to really learn to love these terrible things about ourselves, which is super hard, right? And the other thing, which is my favorite that I've learned that Louise Hay was able to give me, is the trust. Trusting other people, trusting myself, and trusting the universe. Before that, I did not, obviously was not trusting because I was not putting, I was super shy, right? I was not putting myself out there. I was hiding. And the way I discovered Louise Hay was, I think it was maybe 11 years ago or 12, 10, I'm not sure. One of my middle boys was anxious at school. He was about 3, preschool. He went to preschool and he had anxiety before school. And his lip would quiver and he was just afraid. He wanted to be with mama. And of course, that was really hard for me to drop him off at school, and I didn't have the twins yet. And so I went to search for ways to help him, and I came across affirmations. And Louise Hay is the queen of affirmations, and that's how I found her. And I actually had a list of affirmations to tell my son right before school, and they were like something like, everybody loves me, everybody wants to help me, I am safe, I'm okay, right? Things like that to ground him. And I can't speak for my son on how much that helped him. I don't know whether the affirmations helped him or whether it was just the time and for him to learn to self-regulate at school. I can't say that, but they've helped me tremendously because I was not feeling safe and didn't know how to self-regulate. So that definitely helped me. And I was so grateful that I came across her. And actually, my mom just told me recently that I introduced her to Louise Hay, and she loves her so much. That's her person. She's like her number one mentor. But I remember the other way around. I remember that my mom introduced me to Louise Hay. So either way, we both love her. She's super helpful, and I go to her still to this day. And now all the affirmations have transformed into, I made them my own, right? So like one of the affirmations that I have is that my desire is my contribution. So if I desire to share this stuff with you, that means it's going to be my contribution to you. And to me, it feels true, but it is a sentence that I believe, and it's an affirmation. So it doesn't even feel like an affirmation anymore because I feel like I'm just telling you how things are. So that's kind of awesome, right? So I really do believe that, but it is a result of Louise Hay helping me feel safe, feeling like I'm good enough, and feeling like I trust myself, I trust you, I trust the universe to bring me only good things. So Louise Hay has changed my life to be a better wife to my husband, to be a better mom to my kids, to be a better daughter, and to help you right here. So thank you so much for listening. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
And I'm on the road.